Doctor, it's nice to see you. I actually need to go. I got my flu shot. I need to actually get my booster shot. But tell us what's happening. We are starting to see more cases in Europe. At least historically, it seems that we have tracked Europe oftentimes by about 5 to 6 weeks. What do you think?
Yeah, look, you're seeing cases go up. You're also seeing hospitalizations and ICU admissions go up. Some countries have denser waves right now than others, and they're well ahead of where you would expect them to be at this point in the year. Germany, for example, has rising infections well ahead of where you thought they would be relative to past trends. Some of this is waning immunity, and some of it's just life getting back to normal, people congregating again, not taking precautions, so the virus is spreading. But some of it also is these new variants that you referenced. There's really 3 categories of new variants that we're tracking right now. They're easily broken down into level 4, level 5, and level 6 variants. That's how a lot of scientists are referring to them right now, based on a number of unique mutations in the spike protein, that business end of the virus, if you will. Right now, we see level 4 mutations like BF7 spreading in Austria, Belgium, Denmark, and the UK. We see level 5 variants spreading in India and level 6 in Singapore. So if you look at what's happening in Singapore right now, they have a new variant called XBB, which has been spreading very rapidly, rising cases and hospitalizations. That's a level 6 variant. And the belief is that these variants do pierce the immunity, certainly from prior B5 infection, and maybe some of the immunity offered by the booster. We don't know yet. We don't have data specifically against them.
I think there's a lot of folks who have not taken this booster yet, in part because they're saying to themselves, A, I got it before, so I think that I'm not saying that I feel this way, but there are people who say, I feel like I'll be able to be fine. And there's questions about whether it really prevents transmission. Can you speak to that? And I also just want to throw into the mix that there was a clip that went viral this week, as I'm sure you saw, a back and forth between a politician in Europe and a Pfizer executive around this issue of transmission. And I think there's a lot of questions about actually whether we know how much these vaccines prevent transmission, which is the whole sort of backbone of the idea of trying to prevent this from a societal perspective and trying to do this for others and not just yourself.
Right. Remember when the original vaccine was approved, people were very cautious, including me on this show, from saying that the vaccine would prevent transmission. What we knew from the initial clinical trials when both the Moderna and the Pfizer vaccine was approved, that was substantially effective at protecting against symptomatic disease. And there was a presumption that if you can prevent infection, you're going to prevent transmission. But the only way to know for sure if a vaccine is going to prevent transmission is to look at the effects of the vaccine in a population-wide setting, look at the real-world evidence. We subsequently learned with the original vaccine against the original Wuhan variant, it was very effective at preventing transmission, and it was a tool to try to control the spread of the virus in a population. But as the virus mutated, it became less and less effective against preventing infection, although it still was effective, and less effective against preventing transmission as the virus mutated away from that original strain. Now, by reformulating it closer to the prevailing variant, the presumption is it's going to restore a lot of the ability of this vaccine to prevent infection and hopefully some or a lot of the ability to prevent transmission. But the virus is mutating, you're right.
Is that just a presumption? And the other piece of it is, you just said it before, if this is already piercing BA5, folks who already had that once, why wouldn't it pierce the vaccine?
Yeah, well, look, it's more than a presumption. I'm careful in what I say because until things are proven in a clinical trial that meets the standard of the FDA, you can't make a claim around the efficacy of these vaccines or any medical product for that reason. But we do know that if a vaccine produces high levels of neutralizing antibodies, as the data shows that these vaccines do against the prevailing strain, it's going to protect against infection. It's going to probably protect against transmission. If it reduces infections, it's going to reduce transmission. Now, to your point about the new variants, we don't know yet how well these vaccines are going to protect against these new variants. Now, these new variants are descendants of B5, so they're within the same lineage. So the presumption is that they're still going to maintain some protection, but it may be reduced because there is a higher number of mutations in the new spike proteins on these variants. That said, recency does matter, and what we found with the old Wuhan variant vaccine was even though it wasn't highly effective against preventing infection against the new variants as the virus evolved, a recent vaccine was protective. So if you have a recent inoculation, it's going to probably be protective even against these new variants.